এটা কাজ করতেছে না, এটা কাজ করতেছে না। এটা কাজ করতেছে না। ও হ্যাঁ, এখন করতেছে। স্লো কেন? Hello and good morning. This is Twin Bishas. I am again here after a long time. During the previous classes of English first paper, my subject was special in second paper English special phrases, but English first paper we were discussing about fill in the blanks with clues and without clues. And nowadays the thing will be changed, and I'm going to introduce you a new topic, summarizing. And in summarizing, you will find 8 numbers, question number 3 English first paper, and there will be an passage, unseen passage, and it will deal about to ask. You will be asked to have a summarizing, and that's why without wasting time, let's see how we can deal with it. So how to write a summary? Actually, before starting, I would like to introduce you a basic thing. So I just need the main ideas or how to write a summary. Actually, just look at this. There is a long narrative text may be there in your question paper, but you have to erase it. How to write a summary? You have to erase it, but how we can erase it? That's the question. And we can see that in your syllabus. In your syllabus, you will find a poem and a story. So in a poem, the theme will be there. At the end of the question, English first paper, you will have a poem, and you will be asked to have a theme. So theme is somewhat like one type of summary. And in question number 4, you will find a story, unseen story, and you will be asked to have a summary. And we will discuss about the story. So how we can summarize the story or text? How can we mainly attention or focus on the story, how to summarize the story. And from the later class, we'll discuss about the theme of the poem, how to write a theme, thematic point of view. So this time I'm going to introduce you how to summarize it very technically. So this is a technical issue. This class is going for those students who want, those learners who want to wish for A+, and in your further studies you will have this type of questions in your admission test. I think it will be best for to pay attention here. So part A, story. So there are some techniques. So these are the techniques we will discuss. So very important issues are there. So let me explain. So remember, this point of view is very important. Do not write or rewrite the original piece. Many of students usually make it happen. They are just copying from the question pattern. So from the question, there are some students, not all students, there are some students who used to mug up from the text, and they try to copy from the text. And this time I am telling you, this is totally wrong. So in earliest stages of your life, from 6 to 10 class, you will have this type of summarizing, and students feel that what if we just copy the text from the given passage. Actually it is wrong, totally wrong. In your nowadays whatever we say, in your further studies it is also wrong. So during the lifetime of your summarizing, whenever you will find summary, you will remember that never rewrite the original piece. So I would like to recommend you, never rewrite the original piece. So keep your summary very short. Second one, you have to shorten your summary. So how can we make sure that our summary is very short? So what is the proportional words we can use? So if there is 100 words of passage given on the questions, then it will be 25. So third times I think third times lower. So if there is 100 words, your summary will not over 25 words. This is the right thing. And use your own wording. Remember, own wording. What is own wording? Think about the passage given or a plot given in the questions. and just think about it. If you think that this question is for the text, I'm going through it, and tries to evaluate the text, tries to evaluate the passage, and tries to go through it, and then just change the words or synonyms, use the synonyms, I think it will be better for the students. So as far as I know, students are just copying without paying attention or technical issues. They are just copying. So these type of things will be neglected there from now. And I think keep your summary short. And how short we can do it? So actually, if it is 100 words, divide it into 4. Divide it into 4, and if you divide it into 4, then the result will be your summary writing limitations words. And I can say that if you just pay attention of this class, I think your future summary writing will be very easier. So these are the 3 techniques. 1, do not rewrite the original piece. Never rewrite the original piece. Original means the text given on the question. So never rewrite the original piece, and keep your summary very short. How short? Actually, whatever the summary text given into your questions, just divide it into 4. Containing words divided by 4, and the result will be the limitation of words. And use your own wording. Own wording means it is not like that you never just copy the main text. Maybe for example, you will have 7th March of speech, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. So you can change Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. The name itself is the criteria. You are not allowed to change the name or proper noun. Rather, you will just change the words that are technically you will be applied, and the words maybe 1 or 2 in a sentence. You can change 1 or 2 words, but not the whole. So actually, the thing is you have to keep some words in your summary writing. That is to say, the topic can't be changed. So there will be no synonyms. Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, for example, if there is a passage given into your questions, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman 7 March speech, and you will never try to change the name Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, because there is no alternative. These are silly questions maybe. So these are the things which will be very much effective if you follow. So we'll go further. Just look at the 3 other things. 3 other things are very important. Very important. So refer to the central or main ideas. I think you should make a screenshot of it, because these are going to be very important. These are the techniques I am discussing. So these techniques should be taught to you at the very earliest stage of your classes. So what are the earliest stages of your classes? I think in your class 6 to 12, in your class 6 to 12, you will find it. And nowadays students are very much eager to know about how to copy the text. This time I am telling about, never tries to make it. Never, because only copying the text you will get 0 marks. So just a blind eyes of view, you will just copy the text and just tries to put it into your answer. It will be very much ineffective and very much humiliating. So never tries to do it. So 1/3 of the passage, yes, one of the students commented it's 1/3 of the passage. Yes, you are right, 1/3 of the passage will be there, and you will have to answer 1/3 of the passage. So these are the things. So let me discuss about the whole things and let me explain. So refer to the central or main ideas of the original piece. What is refer? You just remember to the central and main ideas. In your passage or in a given text, you will have a central idea. So what are the central ideas? What are central ideas, or what is the central idea? Depending on the text. Or main ideas. Tries to go through the passage and you will clear about what is the passage about, what is the text about, and your answer yourself, you will answer that what is the central or main ideas. Central or main ideas always stands on the first sentence and the last sentence. Tries to follow the first sentence or the topic sentence, then you will be very clearly get the ideas of central and main formation of the passage, and then go out for make questions. Who what, who, what, when, where, why, and how. So these are, we can say, WH questionnaire. So ask yourself through WH questions related to the passage. And if you ask yourself, who is the central character of this passage? Yes, someone or something will be the central character. It may be, it varies. It may be a person or it may be a things, depending on the passage. Then what is the purpose of the character? So ask, these are the questions. If you ask yourself, then it will be very clear to you what is the passage about. And then when, the time, it is about the time. So what is the time? The time of the passage. And where means the place of the passage. So these are the things gonna be very important. So if you just make sure about these question answers, then these answers will help you to write down a perfect summary. So if you just go through the passage, if you technically follow this point of view, I think it will be better for any beginners or any learners to develop his or her skills about the summary. So the focusing point is that you have to ask yourself, these are the questionnaire. If you ask yourself through the passage, why the central character comes, and how the problems happen. So these are the technical point of view. If you just technically go through this point of view, then it will be very easier and clear cut points of view of making a very perfect summary. And not to remember, do not put your opinion in the issue. So in your personal point of view, it is totally obligated. So never try to use your personal point of view. Maybe a passage given into your questions, it can contain some technical quotation marks. Some quotation or quotes will be there. So never try to rewrite the quotes into your summary, and never try to make it first person's point of view. I mean, I, me, my, we, us, our. So these 6 things will be avoided. I, me, my, and we, us, our. So these things, never try to use these 6 things. So your passage or your summary writing must be second person point of view or third person point of view. Instead of this, you can say 1. It will be okay. But never try to use I, me, my, we, us, our. Because if you say any personal points of view, your answer, if your answer is personal point of view, then our first person point of view, it will never, teachers will never give you any marks, rather you will get 0. So do not put in your opinion, your point of view, and any issues related to the unrelated to the original piece of writing or the given text. So these are the things I think very important for all the learners during the study of your English. How, if any types of summary you are asked to write, so never try to use any personal opinion, any personal ideas, or any personal quotations. So this gonna be kill yourself, because if you are skilled, never try to use it. If you want to get a higher studies, if you want in future, if you want to write in a very good writing, and then you make sure that these are the things. It will help you a lot in your future, future studies. Okay. So number 3 is refer to the central or main ideas. You have to follow the passage, and you have to bring the central idea. You have to bring the topic sentence. As earlier I have said, the first sentence is the topic sentence. Try to pay more attention about the first sentence. And next, ask yourself of these are the questions. If you ask these questions related to contextualize to your studies, I mean in the question paper, in your text, then it will be very beneficial for you. And the last thing is never try to put your own opinion. So never do it. So these are the technical point of view I am just telling about, that these times just forget about whatever you have learned in the previous years in your studies, like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So forget about all those things. Just make yourself a new one. because these are the international criteria of making a perfect summary. So if you want to make a perfect summary, if you want to develop yourself in the criteria that is needed to write a perfect summary, so I think this is gonna be very much essential issue for yourself and your higher studies. So whatever you have your teachers learned, your teachers taught during the last 6 or 5 years, just forget about it. If it is related to this one, then it is okay. If you are just asked about copying the text, then forget about it. If you are asked to just first sentence copying, second sentence copying, and tries to think without thinking these questions, just answering blindly, then forget about it. So focus on these issues and follow these criteria, and I think it will be very much easier. And let's go for the techniques. So these are the basic techniques. So basic phenomenon of a writing summary. So steps. This time I am going to introduce you 8 different steps. If you follow these steps, then it will be more easier. Earlier slides shows you about how to approach a passage, but this time I am telling about the summary, the steps of writing a summary. So what are the steps you need to see? So I am gonna make it very informative. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Just keep an eye of it. Step 1. What is step 1? Step 2. Step 3. So these are the 6 steps you must follow. So without hesitation, just join our classes, and if anyone tries to make or raise any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I am always trying to answer your comments. If you have any queries, just put it into your comment box. It will be very easier for all the students, and I just want to ensure you that you will have a good writing test or writing skillful writing capability if you follow these classes. So these are the thing. This time I am just telling about never try to copy, refer the central ideas, okay. And this time I am telling about the steps. What are the steps related things you have to know before answering. So before answering, you must follow these type of things. So let me explain it. Okay, step 1, number the paragraphs. So if there are 2 or 3 more paragraphs over there, but in your syllabus it may be 1 or 2 paragraphs, but in your higher studies it may be varies. It may be in your IELTS, if you are approaching for IELTS, there will be 10 or 12 different paragraphs. So number of paragraphs, you have to focus on the number of paragraphs. Step to read the passage, lesson, article. You have to read it. Without reading, you can't be able to answer anything. So first and foremost important criteria is read the passage. I mean, go through the passage and highlight or underline the important information. So if you going through the passage, if you just read out the passage, you will find highlight or underline important information. So you have to highlight it or underline the important or main ideas. If you select the main ideas, just underline it. It will help you. Number 4, cross off useless or repeated information. If you find the information very much uninformative, very much useless, I repeat, useless and repeated information, just cross it or just make a note of it that your attention must not be there. And step 5, circle the words. Circle the words, right? Just for example, this slide I am just circle these things, main ideas, read. So this is the type of techniques. So circle the words. So if you circle the words that can replace with synonyms. So important thing, synonyms. Students or learners must pay attention about putting synonyms or synonymous words. So synonymous words are there. If you just go for it and then circle the words that can replace with synonyms. So if you are not writing synonyms, then it will be copying. So what is the solution of this? It is just simply make a proper synonym. So synonyms, what type of synonyms it will vary, and you will think about it. But if it is necessary to circle the words you are approaching to answer, then it will be synonym. It will you have to give synonyms. So write synonyms for the words that are circled. So these are this time I am just making it very clear that 3 different circles are there. So if you select any text, circling, and selection procedure, after selection procedure you must follow the criteria step 6. Step 6 is very important. Why? Because you have to provide synonyms, or these things will be erased. These are the words you have to put into your answer formation, and after answering, before answering, just make sure about the synonyms of these words. So because these synonyms will create a new one. So this is gonna be very important. So I am going to a very clear cut point of view, but this time this is very much clumsy. So how to find the main idea of a passage? This is the thing learners used to say. So how can we find the main idea of a passage? So this time I am just telling about the technique of how to find the main idea of a passage. So if you are not able to identify the topic, then you can't able to answer any summary. So prior condition is identify the topic and then summarize the passage in your own words. So your own words is the previous slides that I have already told. How? Just select the word, circle the words and make it synonymous, and make another words of it. So if you provide another words of it, then it will be very much essential effort for making a perfect summary. And third one is check the first and the last sentence. So first and the last sentence. So what is the first sentence and what is the last sentence? Just go for this first and the last sentence, you will get the topic sentence. So identify the topic first, then summarize the passage into your own words. Own words means synonyms. The given words, try to provide the synonyms, and check the first and the last sentence. So if you check the first sentence and the last sentence, you will find a topic sentence. So topic sentence always a topic sentence always contain the main idea, and look for the repetition of the word. So if you follow these steps, these criteria, then it will be easier for any students to have a good score in summarizing. And a summarizing contain 1 paragraph only. If you make it 2, then you will get 0 mark. I repeat, a summary, answer of a summary must contain 1 paragraph, only 1 paragraph. Otherwise, you will get 0 mark. A paragraph contains 1 para or stanza. Similarly, a summary contains 1 stanza. So 1 stanza of writing is called summary. I repeat, 1 stanza of summary is called good summary. Otherwise, you won't get any marks. Teachers will give 0 marks. So your focusing point. So in every text, there are various of texts, and in your board questions analysis, you will find a number of texts or scene passages. So if you just make sure about the process, so these are the things, audience. The purpose of the passage is to target the audience, and then their audience, before presenting it have some contents, and there will be a tone and there will be a purpose. So these are the 4 things in any types of writings will be there. So I think if you just make sure about the audience, so if the audience may be for example you have Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman 7 marks of speech, 7 marks speech, and then the audience is the people of Bangladesh, and the content will be content depending on the situation over there. The tone is very revolutionary, and the purpose is to get freedom. And these are the things. If you ask WH questions to yourself related to the text, then you will get the answer. So in your writing, I am just going for the technical approach I'm just now telling about or introducing you how to write it, what is the writing keys, what are the writing keys. So if you just follow these writing keys, then it will be very much helpful for the beginners. So what are the beginners? Actually those who are suffering from very much weak in summary writing. So these words are for those who are the beginners. So maybe this time I am telling about very easy short technique, but it will help a lot into my previous experiences. I find it that these are the words which will very much development of writing, very much effective for development of writing. So let me explain it accordingly. So these are the cause and effect. Many of you may know cause and effect. There are some passages, and these passages deals with cause and effect. So this time I am telling about the cause and effect keys. And if your sentence starting with accordingly, there is a, remember there is a cause over there. Cause means the reason, and then you will find accordingly, and you can say after sentence and so, after a sentence and so, and if there is a cause or reason, after a reason sentence or cause sentence, then these are the things, consequently, for this reason, then, thus. So these are the connectors actually. So if you put this type of connectors over your answer, then the examiner will feel that you have something and you have done something. So these are the ornaments of a sentence. So if you feel that I am not very good at English, just use this type of techniques or keywords that will help any learner or beginner to find a very good one, to find a very good score. So accordingly, remember, before writing these things, you have to have a reason sentence or cause sentence, because I am just discussing about cause and effect passage. So if the passage is about a cause and the effect or some problem like passages, and this is for these passages, and accordingly, and so, as a result, consequently, for this reason, then, thus, hence, these are the three different words. Never try to put it in a sentence. So three different sentences you can put it, and therefore ending of a sentence. So these are the keys for the learners, those learners who try a lot for the for answering the summarizing, but never tries to happen. And for those students at the beginners level, these are the words for the those students, and these are the words for cause and effect paragraphs. So finding a synonym or phrase. So there is an example. Look at this example. Let me share the whole screen. Very good very good and important essential element here. So finding a synonym or synonymous phrase. How to find a synonym? How to find a synonymous phrase? There is an original sentence. There are many people who are protesting against genetically modified food. This sentence is telling about modified food, genetically modified food. So what is genetically modified food? We can say that hybrid food. So let me explain. So there are many who are protesting. So who are protesting? Focus on this point. Focus on this point. People who are protesting. Just point is who are protesting. So we can make a changing word of this form. There are many protesters. So protesters are called the people who are protesting. So we can, instead of writing people who are protesting, we can say there are many protesters. This line can be changed into this one. The same thing happened, the same meaning is here, but the difference is the changing word form, formation of changing word or synonym. People who are protesting, in the passage it is there, people who are protesting, but your writing contains something different. So what is the difference? What is the difference? There are many protesters. Single word, protesters. What is protest? What are the protesters? People. Protesters are people who are protesting. Or in other words, we can say there are many people opposing genetically. What is opposing? The same thing happen, same meaning here, but the difference is word. You have to introduce a new word. So opposing means what? Opposing is a synonym of protesting. So instead of protesting, we can say opposing. So there are, the answer should be like this. If you just blindly copy this sentence, then teachers will give you 0 mark. So never try to do it. Just follow this changing formation. So how the changing formation happen? There are many people opposing genetically modified food. What are the genetically modified food? You don't worry about it. You just get bothered about it. You have to pay attention the changing words, how we can change the words. Or in other words, the third sentence we can say there are many opponents. So opponents is what? Opponents is people who are protesting. So 3 different sentences is there. So if we follow this type of changing formation, it will be very beneficial for all the beginners. So I am discussing about the beginners level, and that's why I would like to show you the process. How can we really very simply make it work, about how to make it a very good effective summary writing. So these are the issues. So the shortage of time, I have to stop this time. And remember, so this is the starting class. The second and third class will be there, and just keep an eye of this summary writing class. And it is necessary not only for this your syllabus, but also for your further studies. I mean, in your higher studies, it will be very essential. So this is a part of your study. This, whatever which subjects you are in future doesn't matter. The thing is, you have to write a summary in your future. So if you are able to write down a very good summary, then it will be beneficial for your whole life. So I think this class is for the students who belongs to very good and English speaking countries, and this class is for also the beginners who are unable to write down a perfect summary. So during this class, I have already discussed about what are the techniques, what are the steps, and I have to stop it. This is the original statement, the changing formation. So follow this class, and the live recorded program will be there. If someone of you are not attending, just follow these classes, because it will be really much beneficial for you. So thank you very much. Hope we will be interact directly after 30 or 35 days, and thank you for paying attention. Thank you, class.